The police cannot seize your driving license at will. A major verdict by the High Court. It was a chilly evening when a lawyer was driving home through the streets of Kolkata. Traffic was slow, but life was moving at its usual pace. Suddenly, a traffic policeman signaled him to stop his car. When asked the reason, the reply was overspeeding. And then, without any warning or due process, the officer snatched away his driving license. No fine issued, no receipt given, just an order, along with a demand for 1,000 rupees in cash. Just think, if this can happen to a lawyer, what might happen to an ordinary citizen? Today, we will dive deep into this very issue. But before that, if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you get the latest updates from us first. So let's begin today's discussion without any further delay. Let us tell you, this was no ordinary incident. It was a reflection of an arrogant mindset where some traffic policemen consider themselves kings of the road. But this time, things didn't stop there. Because the person this happened to was not just an ordinary citizen, he was a lawyer, someone who knew his rights and wasn't afraid to walk the path of justice. His name was 𝐮𝐩𝐿, and his petition raised serious questions about the unchecked authority of traffic police across the country. The documents submitted by 𝐮𝐩𝐿 in court didn't just highlight one incident. They told the story of an entire system where the police, meant to enforce the law, were blatantly disregarding it. He revealed how a traffic sergeant not only demanded cash from him, but also confiscated his driving license without any valid reason or legal procedure. And it didn't stop there. On the same day, another lawyer faced the same treatment. He was not only insulted, but was also asked to pay 500 rupees just to get his car keys back. These incidents weren't just about two individuals, they represented the silent suffering of millions who face such treatment on the roads every day, but are unable to speak out. This entire episode raised one crucial question. Do traffic police really have the authority to seize or cancel someone's driving license? Can they act as judge and jury on the spot? Or has this turned into a harmful tradition that has slowly become part of the system? The verdict delivered by the Calcutta High Court in this case not only upholds the rule of law, but also sends a strong and clear message. This country is not a police state. It is a democratic nation governed by the Constitution, where rights are protected, not snatched away. Justice Parthasarathy Sen stated in no uncertain terms, the police can seize a driving license, but only under specific circumstances. And if a seizure does occur, the case must be presented in court. It is the court, not a traffic policeman standing on the roadside, that has the authority to decide. Referring to Section 206 of the Motor Vehicles Act, 1988, the High Court clarified that police cannot seize a license unless they can prove the driver has committed a serious offense like driving under the influence or recklessly endangering lives by speeding intentionally. But in this case, none of those conditions were met. No intoxication, no accident, no dangerous driving. Just an accusation, speeding at 77 km per hour in a 60 km per hour zone. And based on that, to snatch away a citizen's right without even issuing an official receipt, is that not a violation of the rule of law? The most striking part was that the police claimed they were empowered to seize the license under Section 206. But the court firmly rejected that argument. It stated that the term seize is not clearly defined in the Act and should therefore be interpreted in plain language. That means unless it is proven that the person poses a serious threat or is likely to abscond, any seizure of a license is unlawful. And that's not all. The court also stated that the power to cancel or revoke a driving license lies solely with the licensing authority, not with the police. In other words, the police have no right to interpret the law on the street. They are only meant to enforce it. This judgment was not just a victory for one lawyer. It was a victory for millions of people who, every day, are subjected to police seizing their driving licenses at will, demanding cash in the name of fines, and using fear to violate rules themselves. The Calcutta High Court clearly emphasized that this is not a police state. It is a welfare state where the rights of every citizen are to be respected. And if any officer, especially someone from the police force, misuses their position, they are not only failing in their duty, but also bringing shame to the entire system. This ruling also shed light on another important issue. The way traffic incidents are handled lacks transparency. Demanding cash payments, ignoring the online challan system, these practices not only promote corruption, but also erode public trust in the police. Just think, if a lawyer had to take his case to the High Court after having his license taken away without cause, what chance does a farmer, a laborer, or a street vendor have? Do they have the resources to file a writ petition, fight for a year in court, and finally attain justice? That's why this verdict has emerged as a precedent, an example that every police department must be taught and every citizen must learn from. It is now essential that the enforcement of traffic rules be rooted in humanity, transparency, and respect for the law. In his order, the judge also told the state administration that it's time to reconsider the way traffic laws are enforced. A dedicated training course should be developed to teach police officers how to implement rules effectively without harassing the public. This could be a truly transformative step, because when police treat citizens with dignity, people are far more likely to cooperate and follow the rules. If the system runs not on fear and pressure, but on understanding and trust, then every road will be safer, and every citizen will feel justice is alive. Now coming to the sergeant who committed these actions, the court commented that if he truly behaved inappropriately and made insulting remarks toward the lawyers, then it's not just a violation of an officer's dignity, but a stain on the reputation of the entire police department. It is completely unacceptable. This wasn't just an order. It was a warning to every officer who misuses their authority, to every system that believes it stands above the law. The court made it clear this country is governed by law, not by anyone's whims. The case filed in 2024 is no longer just a legal document. It has now become a movement for public awareness. Thousands of people are now praising this verdict on social media and becoming more aware of their rights. It may be a small victory, but it marks the beginning of a much bigger change. The biggest message of this story is, if you feel you've been wronged, don't stay silent. Speak up, because when one voice rises, it can become the voice of thousands. And when the path to justice seems difficult, remember, it's the people who walk that path who go on to change history. So the next time a traffic policeman tries to snatch away your license, don't be afraid. Ask, under what authority? Demand a written order. Ask for an official challan receipt and know your rights. Because now, the High Court has stamped its authority. The police cannot revoke your license. Only the licensing authority can do that. This verdict began as the voice of one citizen, and now it has become the voice of a nation.
Taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.